Welcome back to the Center Square Daily. I'm your host, Greg Bishop, and now let's put Illinois in focus, where it was a busy Wednesday in the land of Lincoln. Illinois gun owners pressing their legislators to oppose gun regulations, and some elected officials on their side. Illinois Gun Owner Lobby Day started at a convention center in Springfield Wednesday to hear from gun rights advocates, and afterwards, hundreds of gun owners marched through the streets to the state capitol. They were met by Republican legislators who left floor session to address that crowd. Among those was Republican State Representative Blaine Wilhour from R-Beecher City, and he told the crowd that freedom isn't free and you need to stand up. He says, "We will not comply."
Government becomes more and more powerful every day when good citizens comply with things that are unconstitutional. And when they defy our constitutional rights, we will not comply. Am I right? And armed citizenry stops tyranny in its tracks. That's why we're here. We don't give in. We don't give up. And free people don't ask permission to stay free. God bless you guys. Thank you for being here.
Other state representatives leaving the floor because they were in the middle of session included State Representative Amy Ellick, a Republican from Alton, and she said that they're coming for your guns.
There are no lengths that they will not go to strip away our rights until they've come after all of our guns. Now, I'm a pretty positive person. I like to give people the benefit of the doubt. And I used to do that on this matter, but not anymore. They are coming for your guns. It seems like an annual occurrence. The Democrats pass an unconstitutional gun bill. The governor signs it. The taxpayers have to spend hundreds of thousands of dollars litigating it, and it goes to the Supreme Court. Our rights are not up for grabs. We will fight them every step of the way.
State Senator Terry Bryant talked about a variety of different proposed gun bills this year that Democrats are working to advance. One of those deals with banning certain types of handguns that Democrats say is meant to push the gun industry away from making firearms that can easily convert to full auto from semi-auto. That measure is on its way out of committee and could come up before they adjourn May 31st. Another one is the Rifle Act that's gotten a lot of attention, and that is extra fees and fines on gun manufacturers and gun sellers that opponents say will price people out of exercising the Second Amendment. But another one that's getting a lot of attention as well is a measure to serialize ammunition, and that means to put little serial numbers on each round of ammunition. And Bryant, a Republican from Murfreesboro, she said that she's seen this measure before time and again, and it doesn't really get any crazier.
So it seems like when they can't go after another thing that has to do with a firearm, they start going through ammunition. That bill has been here for, this is my 12th year. So in 2015, I actually argued against that bill in a House committee. And it was as ridiculous then as it is today. And so you're not crazy when you think, can it get any crazier, right?
State Representative Dan Swatson, a veteran, he also joined the crowd and addressed what he says shows that Democrats don't really know much about firearms when they propose certain types of gun control legislation.
I made the statement, well, you just built a whole new market for the revolver. And they looked at me, well, what do you mean? I said, well, a revolver does not eject a cartridge. Something that they had not thought of. Their brains had not worked out that second and third order effect of their legislation. So there are times when it's kind of fun to have. There's times when it's kind of fun to have some fun with these legislators sometimes because they have zero knowledge of what a gun is.
Now, legislators again in session till May 31st. It's unclear what, if any, more gun control legislation will pass before they adjourn Again, it's an election year. It'll be interesting to see how that plays into that equation. Meanwhile, staying on a busy Wednesday in Springfield, Illinois state lawmakers expressing public bipartisan concern over an Illinois commission's efforts to increase access to state contract dollars, again, your tax money, for businesses that are owned by racial minorities, women, and people with disabilities. Now, the lawmakers' concerns, largely based on reporting from Jared Strong, an investigative reporter with the Center Square, which has found that the commissioners have fewer responsibilities than their counterparts in other commissions, and that their decisions have led to a dramatic decline in businesses that are certified for contract preferences. During a late evening committee hearing last night, Republican State Representative Brad Halbrook took this diversity commission to task about what he says seems to be a commission in shambles.
I'm just not sure that we're seeing the results. I'm not sure the $5 or $6, $7 million that we're putting into this agency is moving us in the right direction. We're paying directors triple the median income across the state, and we're seeing results go the opposite direction. I'm just curious why they're coming back asking for more money or for additional funding when it seems to be a bit in shambles. Again, they've said tonight that they believe that they're turning things around, but yet the vendors, the computer software people, whatever, I would have thought that was a part of the original plan. They knew what they were getting into, and whether it was automated or not and it fell apart, whatever that was about, I don't really know. But I know in the big picture, a $5, $6 million agency is not a super big deal, but we were promised these things and they're not performing. So with that, I'm not really sure why we continue to do things like that.
Now, Halbrook fired numerous questions at the staff of the Commission on Equity and Inclusion. During that budget hearing last night at the state capitol, he questioned the pay of 7 commissioners who lead the agency, making about $150,000 a year, and their switch to a new computer system nearly 2 years ago. That's effectively blocked more than 2,000 businesses from enhanced access to contracts. But it wasn't just Republicans critical. Democratic state representative Angelica Cuellar, the Chicago Democrat, was taken aback by the commission having failed to, for a year, coordinate with the Secretary of State's office to contract businesses that might be eligible for certification, as she has previously requested. Democrat State Representative Bob Rita, the Blue Island Democrat, who led the committee hearing, he echoed those concerns.
But to hear that we're still in the starting phases a year after, that's my concern. Yeah. Okay. Thank you.
Absolutely.
I know we have some other members that have a question, but I do have a question on that because you did a follow-up here. Help me understand the Secretary of State thing.
Oh, the ask.
You said you're going to continue to reach out. I mean, are you
Yes.
supposed to be collaborating with them? Is it on behalf?
It was
a whole year went by and you couldn't connect?
So we have tried to get something on the calendar with Secretary of State, but when those conversations didn't happen, we moved to other partners.
Now, there were 6 agencies outside of that commission that were part of Wednesday's budget hearing, but the commission was the only one that was asked to return. Their next appearance before the committee has not yet been scheduled. And that's the latest for Illinois in Focus. Get headlines in your inbox at thecentersquare.com and sign up for the free newsletter today.